Hello friends, Itza with Itza Thoughts here, and we're here to continue working on our mixed media art journal, and this is going to be page 4 of our art journal. This is an art journal that I am creating for Angela Holt Designs and the Bling Chronicles.ning site. And I have in mind to bring you guys a lot of different mixed media type of projects where we're going to be working on our art journal pages. We're going to be working on canvases and fun stuff like that involve a lot of mixed media techniques. So we're going to get started by adding, as always, our first coat, which is always going to be your coat of gesso. I'm going to try to do this in under an hour. I made a big mess here throughout the day, so I really do need to clean my workspace before I go home. So I am adding one layer of gesso. And adding gesso to your projects is very important. For example, here I'm working with cardboard. So if I did not add the gesso to the cardboard, all the paint and stuff that I do to the top of this would automatically be absorbed by the paper, and it wouldn't come out the way I'm intending it to come out. So what your gesso does is it provides like a primer type of deal here, and this keeps your paint on your surface instead of being absorbed completely by the cardboard. Okay, so I'm going to heat set that really quick. Okay. And just to show you, so far we've done, this is our first page, which is our introductory page. And then we have our second page, which is a page with a picture of ourselves, which with words that define us, such as wife, sister, daughter, and words like that. And this entire page here was created with just LYNDI'SSTAMPGANG sprays and stamps, a few other things here and there. And this is our third page. I really like the way this page came out. It was very totally unexpected, and it was really fast, just using some modeling paste, some of Lindy's sprays, and that's about it. We did some embossing here on the gears with some glitter, and I really like all the cool effects that I got in this page. And for my fourth page, my color palette is looking like I'm going to use pinks and black, or maybe some dark gray color, with very indecisive if I want to add red or not, with gold. So for this background, we are going to Mod Podge or collage some tissue paper, and this is tissue paper that I have printed myself on my computer. So we're gonna do that. And I like this phrase here from a stamp that says, wishes are the magic in our hearts that create things, that cause beautiful things to happen. So this is a very powerful quote to me, and I find it to be really true. And all I did there was print it out on my computer, and I did it to the size that I needed it for this layout. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add some tissue paper for background texture. And I also want to incorporate this image here that I've created and cut out of a piece of vinyl. This could also be a piece of denim, a piece of fabric, some type of material like that. And I think that's also a fun way to play around with your fabrics. You're incorporating them into your mixed media projects. And I think she's going to go down here. And this is going to be up here. And I might do some stuff to her, maybe with some modeling paste and some acrylic paint. But before I do that, because tissue paper, when you collage it onto a surface, if it's on white tissue paper, the white part kind of becomes a little translucent, and whatever color is underneath it, that's the color shades that are going to come out from your tissue paper. So I'm going to do that by adding some acrylic paint, and this is Folk Art number 633, and it's called Baby Pink. And I am going to adhere it by using a squeegee. I'm not using a paintbrush. I'm going to use a squeegee. And this squeegee that I'm going to use is normally intended to be used with etchall cream, but I'm finding a lot of other different uses to it. As long as I wash it and clean it after every use, it should be okay. And this is what it looks like. You can also use a credit card, a palette knife, anything like that would also work. I'm just going to add a little paint to my surface here, and I'm going to pull it in different directions. It allows you to extend your paint all the way. And because I'm working on cardboard, um, the lines from the cardboard is transparent. It's popping out here. It's a really nice soft shade of pink. Okay, I'm gonna come back again with my favorite Lindy Stamp Gang, Sweet Violet Purple Teal. I'm just gonna spray it a little bit. And I'm gonna come back again with my squeegee. I really like the way those colors are blending in. This is coming together so fast. I'm not trying to make the background too dark because I do want the butterflies to kind of pop out a little bit. So I'm gonna get my multi-medium gel, and it's really thick gel, so I do need to thin it out a little bit. And I have a craft piece of glass here that I use to do that on sometimes. Just gonna scoop a little bit. I don't need too much this time. I'm gonna thin it out with a little bit of water. Okay. And I'm gonna add it onto my surface. With the same squeegee, eliminating all the air bubbles. And you can see just how translucent the tissue paper becomes. I like using this technique. I've used it in several projects where I incorporate tissue paper into my layout to add texture. You can also use decorative napkins. You can use a fabric sheet, a softening sheet from the dryer, and put some multi-medium gel on it and adhere it to your surface. It adds really cool textures. And I'll also add my phrase or sentiment onto my page. I'm just adding ink splatters. And this is using Indian ink. This is Bombay black Indian ink. I think Michael started selling those. Just moving the ink around. And before that gets dry, I'm going to come in with LYND'SSTAMPGANG sprays, and I'm coming in with this one is hibiscus rose. I get tongue-tied with some of these sometimes. And I am going to this is one of their old sprayers. The good thing about LYND'SSTAMPGANG is that they send you extra sprayers if your sprayers for some reason don't work. But the sprayer situation is mostly my fault because I shook it instead of shaking it side to side. I kind of just shook it up and down, and that's not the way you're supposed to shake your sprayers. So since I already started using the sweet violet purple teal, I'm gonna keep using this one. So I'm just gonna spray it. I'm gonna put my work area at an angle and spray it on the top like this. Okay. Kind of moves the ink along. You see that really cool effect? And before this dries up, I really do want to add little sprinkles of glitter on top of the wet ink. Not glitter, embossing powder. And heat set. And this kind of reminds me that I have this really cool cutout picture of a chandelier that I really want to add here. I think I'll end up putting her here. No. Okay, I'll decide that in a little bit. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back with my modeling paste, and I'm going to put some modeling paste on top of maybe like here and here. And I'm going to also be playing around with some pan pastels. So just get some of the modeling paste with your palette knife and randomly add it on to your, and this is a Donna Downey stencil from Prima, if anybody's interested in this stencil. Looks really cool. Okay. You guys see that? Just ripping off some of that tissue paper that's left here on the edges. You know, I feel like I kind of need something here. Let me think. I was thinking of that the chandelier, but it doesn't really doesn't really go. So what to do? What to do? Let me think really quick. Well, let me come and get my pan pastels, and I'm gonna go over some of these spots where I added modeling paste onto. And I'm gonna go over very lightly with some pan pastels, but I'm gonna use gray. I want to use it as a distress tool too, to distress the edges. You guys see that? Cool. I'm really liking this a lot. And this time I didn't really think about it. I just kind of grabbed a couple of stuff and went with it. So I'm going to go over these words. I'm going to go over it again with the gel pen. But not just yet. I still need to add my fabric shaped girl out and add her. I'm going to cover her entirely with lace. I'm going to collage it onto her. But before I do that, I'm going to paint her with this magenta color. And this is from Lumiere. This is Magenta 582. Just gonna randomly paint her. And I'm also going to spray her with some more of that sweet violet purple teal. I'm going to heat set it. Yeah, I like using them to use them instead of ink to distress my edges sometimes. Um, but I'm trying to show you guys just a little bit of as much as I possibly can so you guys can have a basic idea of how to use some of these different types of mediums. Now look at how cool that made my girl here. And I am going to collage this lace on top of her. But before I collage the lace, I'm going to paint the lace with my favorite gold Lumiere paint. This is True Gold number 550. So I'm going to heat set that really quick. You can see how the lace kind of looks really cool. It's still wet. I'm going to come back with my Liquid Text Heavy Gel Medium. I'm going to collage the lace onto her. Okay, so I'm going to help this along by using my heat tool on it. I'm going to turn my image around and I'm going to cut out some of the lace here. Shouldn't be hard, just kind of poke through the lace. Oh, I need some smaller scissors. Yeah, I really like the gold paint. That's my favorite Lumiere, the metallic gold. I like actually all of their metallic gold colors. They have like 3 or 4 of them. And they're awesome. They bubble and they do really cool effects when you heat set it. That's my favorite part of it. I think most metallic paints do that, but I really like the quality of the Lumiere paints. I think it got a little bit too dark. Let me turn my lights on. Okay. Oh, perfect. So if any of you want a template of this image of this girl, just send me a message on Facebook and I'll be more than happy to send it to you guys. And it's not really, at least here in the States, I think a bottle is like $4 or $5. How cool she looks. Totally covered with lace. And let me bring my page back. And let me see. I want to give her a skirt. Or make it look like she has a skirt. No. Maybe if it was a little bit bigger. Have these metal butterflies that have been in my stash forever. I want to add some metal to it, you know. And to adhere them, I'm going to use my hot glue gun, so I should have had it going so it could warm up. Let me see here. Yeah, I really like the little metallic touch with the butterflies too. And I have this cute little heart, this flatback pearl heart that I got from Miriam Scrapping Supplies. That I think will look totally cute with this. It's a little tiny little heart. That's a little heart. And I'm going to put right here. As soon as my hot glue gun warms up. Come on, hot glue gun. Getting the urge to add little flowers to this. But they need to be bright. So we are going to spray these. We're going to use the hibiscus rose. Come on. be saturating it because I want the color to come out really dark and intense. I'm going to come with my heating tool and I'm going to dry these off really quick. I'm going to crinkle them up. And crinkle them up. Crinkle it up. Okay. My hot glue gun is hot already. Just gonna add a little bit of hot glue to my butterflies to make sure they don't come off. Glue it down in place. I'm trying to make up my mind if I want to add wings to her to make her into like a fairy, or if I want to just leave her the way she is. But in the event that I do want to turn her into a fairy, I'm only going to put glue down the middle of her, not the sides. Till I decide for sure a little later when I come back and look at my project. I think I am a little bit later. Just have to cut them out from my Cricut machine, because it does say wishes are the magic. So if you want to believe in magic, to believe in fairies is to believe in magic, and I really love fairies. And I think I'm going to put a little bling in the center. And this project is, this page is practically done. So we have made 4 pages for our art journal, and I'm just showing you guys some very basic, really fun and fast techniques that you guys can create and do using um, your color sprays and stencils and stuff that you might have already had in your stash from scrapbooking. I really like the way this turned out. So there you have it. Look at those flowers. Those drippage. So this is my 4th page of my art journal so far. And the binding system that we're going to do tomorrow is going to allow us to add and remove pages onto our journal. So you guys can always continue building up your journals as time goes by, and still have that really cute beaded binding system that we're going to use tomorrow for your cover. So I really hope that you guys have been able to get an idea of what mixed media art is and all the fun different techniques and mediums that there are out there to use. We have only touched a tip of all the different kinds of mediums out there, and like I've said before, these are just the basics, and you guys can totally build up from all the techniques that I've shown you guys, and the few types of mediums that we've done. You guys can totally build it up and combine them and change them around by changing colors and stuff like that. So I really hope that you guys are able to get some inspiration out of these journal pages. And if you guys have any questions or any comments, please feel free to send me a message on Facebook or on YouTube or on here on Ustream, and I'll be more than happy to share anything that you guys might need. So till next time, happy crafting, and thank you for stopping by and having a crafty day with me today, and looking forward to building our cover tomorrow. So thanks, and have a good evening, ladies and gentlemen.